What's up everyone and welcome back to another video. Almost Christmas, almost time to start game week 19 again. We all thought it was going to be a smooth ride. We all thought it was going to be a smooth road. I said in my video yesterday, I think I jinxed it, that we were getting close enough to game week 19 that I felt a lot of the games that were meant to be taking place in game week 19 were probably safe from being cancelled, but then we wake up Thursday, we have had 2 games cancelled. Wolves, Watford. Now some of us own Wolves defence because they've been very good in recent weeks. And then some of us own Watford attack in the likes of Dennis and Josh King as well. But the most important one for us is Liverpool. Leeds has also been cancelled. So Liverpool, Salah, Trent, Jota. If you had Robertson, he's suspended as well. Some of the other defenders, then the likes of Rafinha. If you had the cheap Geldart up front for them. A lot of us are now looking at having a much more fragile and low in numbers squad. Some of us putting 7, 8 or 9 out going into game week 19. However, before game week 19, we did get an extra free hit given to us. So I'm going to talk you through, if I was to play by free hit in game week 19, what my team would look like. I personally am not planning on playing it at the time of recording. If there are more games cancelled, I may be forced into doing it, but at time of recording, I'm not planning on. It is Thursday afternoon as I am recording. So let's dive into what my free hit team would look like because of these 2 cancelled matches. So we've got our team up on here. We're going to go through a bit of a template, and at the end we will offer a couple of options if you don't have quite enough money for this team, what you could do in order to free up that money. So if we start off with our bench players, who's going to sit on our bench? Sanchez in goal, so we do want a backup keeper just in case there are more postponements. We've got Davies in defence and Johnson in defence, so 2 cheap defenders. Johnson is back, fit, available for West Ham, and Davies, again, a cheap defender that you can have on your bench. And then Davis of Aston Villa is the only non-playing player in this squad who can sit last on your bench. But you do have 14 available players to pick from if there are other postponements, are other cancellations later after the deadline that you can have these players off your bench. To start in goal, we will have Ramsdale, so it is another good fixture for Arsenal going away to Norwich. They have looked good in recent weeks. Norwich continue to struggle to score goals, so Ramsdale is the goalkeeper that I've gone with. In the defence, we've got Reguilon, so I have gone with, in theory, a double Tottenham defence. Now, we'll only be starting one of them in Reguilon in game week 19 if I was to play my free hit. Sessegnon of Tottenham seems to have picked up an injury and is unlikely to be available before sort of game week 22, so we're pretty safe that Reguilon is likely to start the next 3 or so games, particularly game week 19, which is why he's in there. They have a really nice fixture at home to Crystal Palace, and he's very attacking playing on that left-hand side, so he's got clean sheet potential, and he has that attacking threat with a great fixture as well. Next up, of course, Cancelo gets in there. There was no chance I was going to go into this without Cancelo. Leicester at home, another good fixture. They did look better in midweek, but they are conceding a lot of chances. So I do think there's plenty of goals. And when we go on to the attack, we'll see that I think there could be plenty of goals for Manchester City in this fixture. But of course, Cancelo stays in this team. And finally, in the defence, we've got Alonso. Now, I could have gone for Reece James, but I decided to save a little bit of money and go for Alonso. Away at Aston Villa. Aston Villa have been okay in recent weeks. Chelsea haven't looked as good, but they've still been pretty good from a defensive point of view. They may not be scoring as many goals, but Alonso's been good, keeping clean sheets, occasionally getting an early sub in sort of the 70th minute. So if they do concede late, he's still getting those clean sheet points. And then that is also really good for his bonus point potential because he does create chances, he does get forward, and then the clean sheet on top. If he gets any sort of attacking return, it's sort of an 11, 12, even 13 pointer as well. So that is the defence. We are currently playing a 3-5-2 in this team, as you can see. Davies and Johnson will be on the bench with Alonso, Cancelo and Reguilon starting in game week 19. Into the midfield, the first one we have is Mahrez. So he's been so good with 2 double-digit returns in the past 2 game weeks. I do think with the rest that they've had that he will start again out on that right-hand side against his previous team. There is a chance that Gabriel Jesus comes back in, but from what I've seen from Mahrez, Pep loves to pick informed players. So for me, Mahrez will be the one that is starting out on that right-hand side. And if he does start, the points that he is capable of, he is so selfish, which is so good from an FPL point of view. He shoots so often, doesn't want to get assists, he just wants the goals. So he's the first midfielder in here for me. Next up, we've got Jarrod Bowen. Now, Bowen looked really good in the Cup midweek, got his goal. Antonio, we don't know if he's going to be quite available for the weekend, so Bowen could be starting up front. He could be back on the wing as well. Either way, he is a really nice option. He's definitely a player on very good form. He's playing a Southampton team that have conceded a lot of chances in recent weeks as well. They've got Caballero still in goal. They've got injuries and suspensions in defence as well. So I do expect West Ham to have a bit of a bounce back in the league with a win here, and I think Bowen has a great chance of being involved. Next up, we have Kevin De Bruyne. So I've gone with triple Manchester City on this free hit. I do want to target that Leicester defence because they have been leaky in recent weeks. De Bruyne has definitely come into his own. We've seen much more of the old De Bruyne that we've known and loved in the past couple of games. Again, when there's a lot of fixture congestion, I worry that he's not going to play every week. But given that they've had a week off before going into Game Week 19 because they are not in the EFL Cup that played midweek, I do think De Bruyne will start in midfield, probably alongside Bernardo Silva as well. And we'll talk about Bernardo Silva in a minute. But De Bruyne is in there because I think his goal threat and his assist ability is so high. Set pieces, open play. When he's starting, he is on form. You could go for Raheem Sterling in here. I'm just slightly more confident that De Bruyne will start this week. Next up, we've got Martinelli. Now, he got the rest in midweek, and now they have a great fixture against Norwich, so he is in there as my fourth midfielder at still such a bargain price. So even if you're not on free hit, he's a great asset that you can look to go and buy this week. It is a really nice fixture. He's on such good form. I expect him to continue to be in and amongst the points, whether it's goals, which he seems to be most involved with, not so much of assist potential, more that goal-scoring ability, but he's looked so good. He's such a cheap enabler as well that allows the players around him in the squad, but also has such a great potential for points as well. Of course, he was one of the first names that I put into this free hit. And finally, we've got Son. Again, a name that is no surprise to you that you've seen. So we've got triple Spurs. Only 2 of them will be starting, but it is a really nice fixture for Tottenham against Crystal Palace at home in Game Week 19. So Son is in there to complete the midfield. He's looked so good. He's on all set pieces for them. He's also looked really good from open play. I may be considering buying Son this week. Even though I'm not on my free hit, I want him for the foreseeable future, the way that Tottenham are playing and how involved Son is. Both, as I said, set pieces from open play, goals, assists as well, playing up top alongside Kane. So a really strong midfield 5 in here to play alongside that strong 3 at the back that we've got there as well. The first striker we've got, of course, is Cristiano Ronaldo. Newcastle have conceded a lot of chances. Ronaldo looks to be back in training with the Manchester United team away on the Monday night. It's nice to have a player in that final fixture of the game week, and what better player to have than Cristiano Ronaldo away at Newcastle. So it's a great fixture. We know what he's capable of. He can score goals against anyone, and without Salah this week, he is definitely one of the standout captaincy options. A lot of people will be struggling to buy him because of his price this week. They'll have to take hits. So if you are on a free hit, I definitely want Cristiano Ronaldo in my team. And the final one we've got this week is Lacazette, who has Norwich away. So again, I've got triple Arsenal here, a great fixture. I'm really targeting the fixtures of Manchester City, Tottenham, then you've got West Ham and Arsenal all in there. So Lacazette to come in alongside Martinelli. Again, got a rest in midweek. I'm pretty confident that he will start if that game does go ahead as it is planned on in Game Week 19. So that does complete my lineup, and my team will line up like this going into Game Week 19 if I was to play my free hit. So a 3-5-2 with Davies, Johnson and Davis on the bench with Sanchez as the backup goalkeeper. Sanchez versus Ramsdale is a tough one, but Ramsdale tends to make a lot more saves and be much better for bonus points, so that's why I've gone with him over Sanchez. Although Sanchez does have a home fixture, I think Ramsdale has a higher ceiling. So the free hit team: Alonso, Cancelo, Reguilon, Son, Martinelli, De Bruyne, Bowen, Mahrez, Lacazette and Ronaldo. However, for a lot of you, you may not be able to afford this. It may stretch just outside of your budgets. There are a few ways that you could save money if you can't quite afford this squad. These are downgrading Reguilon or Mahrez, I think, are the 2 that I would go with. Reguilon could go down to Emerson Royale, both another Tottenham wingback playing on the other side. Slightly less effective than Reguilon, but again, got a rest midweek. I'm pretty confident that he'll start in Game Week 19. Or you could go down further and go to Lamptey. If you're not starting Sanchez, you could go to Lamptey, again, who's had a bit of a break, looks set to start this week and is so attacking, playing sort of right mid, right wing, despite being classed as a defender. The other one you could do is downgrade Mahrez. There is, of course, that bit of doubt whether he starts. So if you do need money, down to Bernardo Silva or even further down to Demarai Gray. Bernardo Silva is definitely the one that I would want to go with, but Gray, if you need a real budget option, could be the one as well. So if you needed to free up money, that's probably where I'd go. Reguilon downgrade or Mahrez downgrade. But if I was on free hit for Game Week 19, it would look something like this. I hope you found this useful. There is so much. This video could be rendered absolutely useless a few hours or even half an hour after I put it up. I hope you found it useful. If you have, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. 10p for every new subscriber goes to charity during the month of December. Every ad revenue and everything like that. But I've spoken about it enough. If you have enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. Have a lovely Christmas if I don't see you before then. Any questions about your team or your free hit, drop them in the comment section down below and I will do my best to answer them ahead of the Game Week 19 deadline, which has been pushed back because the early game has been cancelled. Good luck in Game Week 19 and I'll see you all again very soon.